Somebody somebody messaged him and said, "You are dead, LOL, good riddance." They're tracking, like, all of the data that's come out about this in different Google formats. So this is all of Jeffrey Epstein's emails, like, cloned into a Google Mail interface. You could go through all the Steve Bannon emails and all the Larry Summers emails, all the Noam Chomsky emails. I'll browse some of the other options in here. So you look at the very top bar, you see there's like a Google Photos thing, and this is all the photos that we went through the other night. And I think they keep on adding more to them because there's other ones that I hadn't seen. They also have the Google Drive with all of the court documents, and then they have his flights, which we could like scroll through in a minute, and then they have his Amazon orders, which I thought would be interesting, but it's a bunch of like weird books, and he likes to buy the same book a lot. I guess he gifts them to people. The other thing I found was quite crazy is this dude took over 1,000 flights. Like that's insane. And some people, like, I don't know who this Igor Zyvanev guy, but he was on this thing 250 times. He's a mixed martial arts fighter. Let's see. That's who this guy is. He was on the plane 250 times. With the intelligence stuff, these flight patterns are going to be super interesting too. And I wonder why Ehud Barak is not on here, because that was like his partner in his like intelligence offering. And that's the other thing that's interesting. A lot of people, there's like a lot of conversation, like, was he a somebody messaged him and said, "You are dead, LOL, good riddance." Jeep Project at yahoo.com. That's wild. I was so sad to read that you had been found unconscious in your cell. No matter what happens, I will always be loyal to you, and you will always be in my heart. That's very interesting. Wow. Do we want to check out Noam Chomsky? Let's see what's going on with Noam Chomsky here. So yeah, he introduces him to Ehud Barak. That was the earliest email. Let's see what the most recent one was. Nothing like that interesting. I think they're talking there about Trump's election or something. Let's see what this article was that he sent. It's just very the New Yorker. All scientists should be militant atheists. This is from Lawrence Krauss to Noam Chomsky and Jeffrey Epstein. It is very, very interesting. I've seen this guy before. Let's see if he has any weird things related to this. He helped organize a conference on gravity funded by a foundation run by a financier and late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The conference was held on St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands and included a trip to Epstein's private island for dinner. So this might be some of the pictures of all of those physicists that we were looking through the other night. Not necessarily physicists, but scientists. I was reading that word at the same time. Harvard professor Steven Pinker said that Krauss was one of the several colleagues who invited him to salons and café clichés that included Epstein. Yeah, but Steven Pinker was the guy who we watched a video of yesterday where he was on a plane with Epstein, and there was some voice in the background saying, "Where are you taking us?" I posted clips of that on my socials. And he's got allegations too. Like, yeah, that's not great for you, bud. Like it's when they have the the entry of like they had a relationship with Epstein and it's this long, and then they got this long allegations. It's like, come on, man. You were definitely involved with that shit. And this guy, like I've seen him on documentaries and stuff, I'm pretty sure. And look at this. Noam Chomsky's given back like this a wide area of agreement, but not total. And the other thing is that like Chomsky also was defending Woody Allen too when people were coming at him for hanging out with Epstein, because he was hanging out with Woody Allen at the same time, which is like it is very strange, and it makes me wonder about, you know, eh, because he was quite radical for his time for a really long time, and especially the things he would say about the media. The one of the most profound things that he had said was when that interviewer was you may have seen it. I might be able to look for it, but interviewer asks him, like, do you think that I was told what to do and what to say, and that's not the situation. And then he basically says, I don't think that I think that you honestly believe what you're saying, but I don't think that you would be sitting in that chair if you believed anything else, and you wouldn't have had that opportunity to get there. You wouldn't have gotten promoted. They wouldn't have put you on TV. And like that kind of thing was so, it hits so hard, especially back then in the 70s or 80s. That's always a thing that people throw out there. Like, you think that it's all planned what people can say in media, and it's like, no, it's just like there's a selection of who you want on your network, and how malleable they're going to be, or what their general perspective is, which I'm just looking through. Michael Wolff would have been an interesting find, because they had a lot of emails back and forth, 161, and they had a pretty interesting relationship, because Michael Wolff was somewhat of a ghostwriter, or was potentially going to be a ghostwriter. So, but at the same time, Epstein knew that the people that he wrote about and the people that he wrote books for and stuff like that, they didn't always turn out looking good, because he wrote a biography on Rupert Murdoch where Rupert Murdoch looked really bad apparently, and he apparently was planning something similar for Epstein.